So after many years of speculation, Apple finally unveiled what they have been working on in terms of a mixed reality headset. And I have to admit, I'm pretty excited about it. So where do we begin? Well, it's not going to be just yet at the not so cheap price point of just under $3,500 per headset, and that is not even confirmed if it even comes with the battery pack that clips onto your belt. Now, of course, Meta have recently dominated the market when it comes to VR, not only releasing the Meta Quest 2 and then of course the Meta Quest Pro, and now just announcing the Meta Quest 3. But you do also have lesser known companies as well, such as ByteDance, which was a company that eventually created the Pico 4 headset. And as you can see, a lot of these companies are basically trying to take a foothold of the forthcoming VR market. However, as much as I and a lot of you out there enjoy VR, last year there saw a bit of a drop in terms of global sales. In fact, it was a 54% drop according to the International Data Corporation. Now, I have to admit I was quite shocked about hearing this news, and of course I do understand that the VR world is not perfect. In fact, I feel like it's still at that stage where mobile phones first became accessible and you could text on them and you could make phone calls. And that was it. There was no picture messaging, there was no cameras, anything like that. It was literally just a portable telephone. Now take a look at VR at its present state, because these headsets, although they are widely available and a lot cheaper, they do have that air of bulkiness. Plus, it cuts you off from the real world and takes you to a virtual world that only really you can enjoy unless you've got someone else who also has a VR but chunky headset. However, I transgress and let us now get back to the main focal point, which was of course Apple unveiling their mixed reality headset. So this device that Apple have unveiled, it is controller free. So in case you don't know, everything that you do is either via your eyes or via your hands. And I'll just give you a quick example. Is, let's just say you want to select something, it's a click. That's how you do it. It's pretty revolutionary in some ways. Click. That is it. When it comes to display, Apple have created a micro OLED display that can fit 64 pixels into a standard singular iPhone pixel. Then it packs 23 million of them into the size of a postage stamp for each eye. So that's basically, as Apple have said, better than a 4K television for both of your eyes, and that is a lot of detail and clarity, and I think that's what's going to make this headset work the most with how good the visuals are going to look. It's scary, it really is. And then on top of that, there is two chips. You've got the M2 chip and then another chip that works in harmony with it, which is called the R1. And you've got the 5 sensors, you've got the 12 cameras, and it was little things when they started to almost demonstrate via a video of what this new item in their tech catalog could produce. Now, these goggles that you place over your head, people can still see your eyes, but it's not your actual eyes, it is a simulation of what your eyes are doing. And this is achieved by having a scan of your face when you begin the initial setup of the Apple Vision Pro. And because it has this scan of your face, it produces an image. So then when you are still immersing yourself in this mixed reality world, you can still immerse yourself in the original and real world at the same time. And then when people speak to you, they're not put off by speaking to a blank canvas, a black mirror, And even though it is a simulation, it does just take away that almost Hitchcock effect that when you cover up someone's eyes, you really don't know what they are thinking. And when you take that away, it opens up a whole new boundary in the terms of a mixed reality world. But the thing that really got me excited is, let's just say you're watching a film, a video, maybe even doing something in Microsoft Office. The things that you are looking at, these screens, they create shadows. Or if you are wanting to watch a film and have that cinematic experience, then it will create this ambient lighting. Everything is just adjusted to your needs, so you can feel as though you are really there without actually leaving the comfort of your own couch. Then you have Disney actually come on stage, not Mickey Mouse as such, but they say they have tried this Apple Vision Pro headset and they are excited because it's going to change the way we immerse ourselves, especially when it comes to watching films and TV. And it reminds me of when DVDs first came out, in the state that we had additional features such as deleted scenes or the making of documentary included as a bonus feature on the disc. Well, it's like that, except you're watching the film, you can adjust the screen size as to where you want it, and then in a separate window, but still all in front of you, you're hooked up to the web so you can find out about the actors or people in the film who it's made by. You've got something else happening here as well. You've maybe got a character coming up to you. All these little things that they said just opens up huge possibilities, and they were very excited about the Apple Vision Pro. Now when it comes to power though, what Apple have done is use that out of the box thinking like they always do, because if you look at headsets nowadays, the batteries are always enclosed in the headset, giving that extra bit of weight. What Apple have done is remove the battery and it clips onto maybe your belt, buckle, wherever, and it's simplicity like that, which is why I like Apple, because they do just take something and almost create the norm with it by thinking outside the box. Now running the Vision Pro is a new software or operating system called Vision OS, and it promises the many thousands of applications that are already available. They will now be available on the Vision Pro. I do wish they spoke more about what this means in terms of gameplay value, because although they did briefly mention about the arcade store being available, is there an opportunity for full immersion with the Vision Pro, or is this quite literally aimed at someone who wants to do work and then relax, but without that full immersion and gameplay experience? And what does this mean in the future? Well, it does mean that companies like Meta and Pico can carry on pushing their boundaries and technologies and innovations when it comes to a fully immersive virtual reality experience. And then let's just see what Apple do with their supposedly rumored cheaper headset that will come at some point if the Vision Pro is a success. I would love to know your thoughts though. Did you watch the Apple event? Were you mesmerized? Were you shocked? Were you saddened? Were you overjoyed with what Apple had to say about their new Vision Pro? But stepping away from that, how do you feel about Meta's announcement of the Meta Quest 3? Is that something you're aiming towards instead? Or are you just going to play the waiting game, as with all this new technology that's coming along, it does mean that these devices are just going to carry on getting cheaper and cheaper? So do let me know what you think in the comment section below, and of course if you enjoy tech and you enjoy gadgets, then please show your support to the channel by subscribing. It's totally free to do, and the more support that you give actually helps me to create better content for you all in the future. But until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all at some point very soon. Thank you.